Boom. You're getting home, 2 home invaders jump the fence and run towards you as you're trying to get in your house. I love this, man. Hey, my man returns fire. They get into a quick shootout out in the yard. Boom, boom, boom. He's playing it smart. Gets out, gets behind the car, and it looks like they're gone, and it looks like he's ready to play ball. He's still using the car for some cover, and these guys have left. This is a quick one. Boom! Byron Rogers, Tactical Protection Review. Learn protection strategies and tactics from a protection professional. Let's see what we can learn from this. Now, I talk a lot about making sure your home is safe. We teach a lot about making sure your home is safe and the different layers and the different things you can do to make it so that something like this is less probable. But in this instance, I'd say he's doing a lot of those things right? He's got a fence. He's got his area where he addresses his door is compartmentalized, right? So he's got standoff. He's got some compartmentalization. You know, if he had lights, it wouldn't have made a difference. If he had cameras, it wouldn't have made a difference. The other thing with cameras, people like to think that because they have cameras around their house that they're safe. Guys, in many cases, cameras are for forensics, but it's also a reality that having some kind of doorbell that can notify you if someone's on your property or at your front door and allow you to interact with them, talk with them through the intercom is a huge advantage. Make sure you use those things. But in this instance, these guys had this whole thing planned out. The thing about a good ambush is good ambushes work, right? So these guys knew when he was gonna get home and they were waiting for this exact moment to try to make entry to the property, so there's an ambush, right? He gets to his front door, he's trying to get into his front door, and these guys address him in this hallway. Now, what I love that this guy did is he turns around and he throws his food at him. Now, obviously this is a gamble. The guy could have just shot him at the door, took the keys, went inside and went to work. It's a gamble. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but I love that he starts doing things that make the other person have to react. He's starting to get in their OODA loop, right? He probably didn't even think, he probably just went to work. Threw the food at the robber, and then he draws his firearm. It's generally a mistake to draw your firearm on a drawn firearm, but in this instance, apparently he had the guy so off balance psychologically and that he was able to draw his firearm. Either way, it worked for him in this instance. I'm not saying doing the same thing, but I am saying it worked in this instance, so maybe it worked for you. I don't know, that's your call. Nonetheless, boom, he hits the guy with something to distract him, produces a firearm, goes to work. Now, look at where he is. He is in a hallway. There is nowhere to hide. There's no cover. There isn't much concealment. There's no concealment. He is butt naked in the open. This means that from that door until he gets out of that hallway, the only thing he has to cover himself with is gunfire. So he starts shooting his way out of that hallway and he starts moving while he is shooting. The robbers are running away. It looks like the robber one of them ran around behind his vehicle and hopefully jumped the fence. Looks like he did because he didn't address him back behind that vehicle. And then next thing you know, our guy, it looks like he may be reloading on the side of the vehicle. I like that this is the thing about vehicles, guys. Vehicles do not stop bullets, all that stuff you see in TV with cops like hiding behind, car doors and the V-notch and stuff. Don't do that. Bullets don't stop vehicles. Bullets do not stop vehicles. Okay, get away from vehicles is generally what you want to do. And then understand the difference between cover and concealment, right? So right now this vehicle is offering him concealment, not necessarily cover. There are some portions of a vehicle that can stop rounds, depending on what they have and what they're using, and a number of different factors. The engine block can, in most cases, stop rounds, but not all cases. The actual frames that, your window and then you have a frame, like the roll cage that is the skeletal structure of the vehicle, those can stop rounds, but don't bet on it. And those things are thin, man. So generally being around vehicles, the wheel weld and the wheel can stop rounds, but you don't want to bet on it because they don't always stop rounds. So there are parts of that vehicle that offer him some cover, but that vehicle is primarily concealment. He is using concealment well, and he is meshing it with the cover that vehicle does offer him. So be aware of that. But what I like that this guy did is he didn't go into the darkness. He didn't pursue these guys. He used just enough violence to change their behavior. He was aggressive. If you look at the initial attack, let's go back to the beginning. You look at the initial attack. There's a principle we use in the Marine Corps called attacking the attacker, right? So the attackers attack and he overwhelms them with a higher level of violence. And I think this is what essentially threw them off balance, is when you're gonna attack the attacker, you must overwhelm them with violence. And he overwhelmed them with violence, and I believe he overwhelmed them with gunfire. And so they instinctively backed off and started running. All in all, I give this guy, 5 stars. If you wanna come on the podcast and talk about it, I'd love to, if you guys know who he is. But this is what I want to see: civilians being able to defend and protect themselves. It is my mission to make the world a safer place by helping good people to be more willing, capable, prepared, and yes, more dangerous. So this guy was not a victim tonight. God bless him, and let's see more of you do this, which is why I created the Civilian Protector Project, to teach you guys these skills from the comfort of your own home and from some of the best in the industry. Join us at protectornation.com, and let's make the world a safer place. Protection is more than just a job, it's a lifestyle. Boom.
Boom, it's finally here. Go to protectornation.com to join the Protector Nation community. Learn online and become part of our Protector Nation family. I look forward to seeing you guys there, and for us all to join forces to make the world a safer place by helping good people to become more dangerous. I'll see you there, and until then, be peaceful but not harmless.